Watching the Highlight Zone with Wayne 15 Sports Director Glenn Marini. Local sports coverage you can count on.
My crew is on top. We doing big things.
I really feel like we've been waiting for this all season. Really exciting. Our whole county is probably going to be there.
I'll establish our legacy, try to be one of the greatest teams Leo's ever had.
We doing big things.
We've got to take some steps if we want to play with the big boys. You know, we think we've taken some steps. We'll see if it's enough this Friday.
A year ago, we were kind of in the same boat opening our new facility and gave you a little something extra.
My crew is on top.
Just flying around being fast, because that's what our defense does. Just being physical with them. We can't really back down.
Nothing can stop us.
Well, there has been a football facelift at the courtyard, but who's going to be the king of the Northeast state when it's all said and done? Yeah, week 3 here on the Highlight Zone already, and that means conference play getting underway for most teams. That's certainly the case in the NE8, where Andy McDonald was down in Ossian for your game of the week, and he joins us now with more. Andy.
Hey, thank you, Glenn. With wins against Woodland and Angola, Leo, they look pretty good in non-conference play. Norwell, very much the same. The Knights coming in 2-0, outscoring their opponents 96-7. Leo at Norwell. It's your Highlight Zone game of the week. The home opener for the Knights. That means the first time they play on the turf. Leo 13th in 4A, Norwell 14th in 3A. Knights early on their defense. Joel Rinkenberger coming up with a big stop there in the backfield. Then the interception for Leo. Defense is playing well. Damian Gudakunz picks it off, but the Lions, they're backed up. And watch this, early score, Quinn Dryben, the safety inside the Lions' own end zone. It's 2-0 at the half. Knights up by a pair of free throws. Late, early in the third quarter, off the upright. That would have gave Norwell the lead. Instead, Leo coming the other way. They would hit it. Jackson Barber up top. Grayson LaRock stumbles inside of Norwell territory. It's 2-0 still into the fourth quarter when Carson McCauley, his boot is true. He gives Leo a 3-2 advantage. Less than 3 to play. 4th and 7. Eli Riley making a play for the Knights. Finds Blake Halflick over the middle to stay alive. And then watch this play. Might be a Gem of the Night nominee when it matters most. Riley, the strike. Peyton Wall, safety, out of nowhere. One-handed interception, 85 yards. He brings it all the way back to the house, but not so fast, my friends. Penalty on Leo will bring it all the way back for Norwell. They have another chance from 46. Chris Bear just a couple yards short. Lots of ways to describe this game, but one way, Leo, a winner, 3-2, the final.
I got to down in the end zone, and I started walking. I was gassed, and I come back, so I was called back. I lost all hope. I thought we was done.
How did you keep hope then?
Keep hope then. Our coach said we got to make another play. That's what we did. All our defense came together and made another play.
Yeah, I just told him he had to just keep mentally in it and be ready to go back out and play another down. I know he was tired, you know, after that run, and so he just had to kind of regroup physically and mentally and be ready to go play again.
You got to hand it to our kids. They battled, fought, and hopefully now they believe that they can hang with the good teams in our league. And we're excited about the future, and we'll watch the film and we'll get better.
As for next week, Norwell hosts of Belmont while Leo travels to New Haven. Glenn, back to you.
3-2. 3-2. What a game. Hey, think of those New Haven Bulldogs. A surprise to some at 0-2. DeKalb a surprise to some at 2-0. Something would have to give at John Young Stadium. It wasn't DeKalb. 14 all in the third quarter. That's Landon Miller with a touchdown. 21-14 DeKalb. And it's so nice they do it twice. Landon Miller again. DeKalb now up 27-14, and the Barons feeling good. Pete Kemp's team can do it offensively. They can do it with D as well. Devin Smith pulling them down at midfield for the sack as DeKalb starts off Northeast play with a win at New Haven, 29-14.
They're a good team. All respect to them. They play hard. They didn't give up, but we stuck together and pulled it out at the end. You know, I think we're balanced both ways or another. Our offense is strong, and we've proven we can put up points. And our defense has come with the last 2 weeks and kept us in the game until we can explode on offense.
So the last couple weeks, our pass game was real solid, and tonight we didn't have it. But our run game was rocking better than it has the last 2 weeks. Defensively, we've been putting short spurts together. We haven't been able to get ourselves in third and long situations, and tonight we got them where we needed to be.
Gotta love when they bring the cuties on for the interview. Maybe nobody had a better non-conference than East Noble. The Knights beat both Plymouth and Mishawaka. Opening conference play with Huntington North, and they open with perhaps the best quarterback in the Northeast state. That's Bailey Parker on the keeper, and East Noble stakes itself to an early 7-zip lead. Huntington North, though, firing right back. It's Devin Newcomb with the short touchdown, and we're knotted at 7-all. Now, you remember in the season opener, we saw Newcomb go 99 yards for a kickoff return, so we've seen him do it on offense, on special teams. Here he gets the pick. What can he do? Well, unfortunately for Vikings fans, he can't pull out a win as East Noble moves to 3-0 with a 36-20 win. Down indicator, Belmont looking for that first win in the Eric Davis era. Meanwhile, Columbia City looking to go 3-0. We picked this one up in the fourth quarter. It's already 44-0 Columbia City. This is Abe Barrera with a first down there, and you'll see more from the Columbia City offense. They kind of had their way specifically on the ground in this one. Max Bedwell now in at QB. It's a 17-yard pickup. First down for Columbia City. In a little bit, you're going to see Belmont's D start to step up. It's going to be Gabe Roman and Conrad Dyer with the stop on fourth down. So turnover on downs there, but it's not near enough. Columbia City continuing to look good. 44-zip over Belmont. Jumping to the SAC, Snyder up to 6th in this week's 6A state poll. The Panthers on the prowl at Zoner Stadium, and one of the reasons they're ranked 6th, explosiveness. This is Alonzo Derrick on a punt return in the first quarter. He goes 46 yards to the house, and the Panthers reigning on Concordia's parade. Now, you saw Derrick there. This kid is a great sprinter into the track season. Watch the strides here. Whew, that is beautiful. 58 yards on the pass from John Barnes Jr. and Snyder just like that, up 14-zip. Tim Manigal, your thoughts? Yeah. Brandon Davis, though, gets the offense going for Concordia. Luke Steckhard with a great catch for the first down. And then it's Davis to the veteran receiver Tyler Grossman for a touchdown. He hit Concordia on the board, but Snyder goes on to win this one by a final of 38-14. Homestead with back-to-back Bishops. They get Bishop Lewis tonight. They get Bishop Dwenger next week. Tonight, not a problem. Luke Goody hits the senior Jake Archbold, and watch the move right there. Great cutback from the senior. 57 yards. He's in, and he would have 2 receiving touchdowns, would Archbold. 7-0, and the Sparty party was just beginning. Goody, the junior, slinging it to future Miami Redhawk. Camden Rogers going to play linebacker for the Redhawks. He gets a big first down on offense there. Goody passed for 264 and 3 TDs. And Braden Hardwick would do the rest. The finish of the drive, 13-0, Sparty's in the lead. And then you'll see Hardwick do it again. He had 3 touchdowns on the ground. And it's Bishop Lewers losing at Homestead. Your final in this one, 51-0. After almost beating Northrop last week, Southside looking to snap a 15-game losing streak. Bishop Dwenger not the easiest team to do that against, right? First quarter, Devin Tippman, kid is a stud. He goes up the gut. He had 95 yards and a couple of TDs on the game. It's 7-zip. Brendan Lytle slinging it to Michael Lito Jr. They rule him down at the 1. It led to a short Hayden Ellinger touchdown. 13-0 Bishop Dwenger. Second quarter, how about the big guy, Vinny Villacable? You love it when a guy who wears a number in the 60s picks up a rushing touchdown. Dwenger in control. You're going to see Lytle hook up with Lito again. And he's in the end zone as Dwenger, no problem with Southside, 54-6. Despite falling to Snyder by 1 point, Carroll proving it can hang with the big dogs, no doubt, last week. They were taking on Northside here. Second quarter action at 7-zip. Carroll, Jeffrey Becker to his favorite receiver, Leighton Mitchell. Beautiful catch by Mitchell. Becker had 249 yards of total offense, including a team best 75 yards on the ground. Now Hunter Mertz, he can run it as well. He gets the short touchdown plunge here, and Carroll up 21-zip late in the second quarter. Carroll's defense hoping to get him one more possession, and this certainly doesn't hurt. Craig McGinnis pretty much untouched for the sack. Northside would have to punt. Carroll got great field possession with just seconds left. Matter of fact, 9 seconds left. It's Becker to who else but Mitchell, and Carroll rolls by a final of 42-0 at Chambers Field. Our final stop in the SAC, how about that newly turfed Spooler Stadium? Northrop hosting Wayne. The Bruins fresh off that win against Southside. Third quarter action, it's Demarius Cowan, and Cowan is gone. You saw him bounce to the outside. He goes 70 yards, and Northrop takes a 22-19 lead. Derek Moore and the Wayne Generals, you knew they wouldn't go easily into that good night. Sean Collins fighting his way in for the touchdown, and Wayne retakes the lead at 25-22. The Bruins, they would answer as well. At the 13, it's Jeremiah Green with the handoff, and he goes in for the TD. That would eventually be your game winner as Northrop tacks another one on to beat Wayne by a final of 36-25. Well, that does it for the SAC and the Northeast State, but we're just getting warmed up here on Week 3 of the Highlight Zone. In the NECC, it's an old-school rivalry game. Turtletown Army of Churubusco heading to Railroader Country to face Garrett. Two of the top 5 teams in the 1A state poll met up in a classic in Monroe, and South Adams and Bluffton square off to open ACAC play. All that, plus trips to Eastside, Heritage, Southern Wells, and Warsaw next in the zone.
Play hard, play fast, do what you're coached to do. You'll be just fine. Right? If you mess up, move on. Next play. And whatever happens tonight, don't back down. Don't back down. Keep bringing it. Keep bringing it. And keep bringing it.
Oh, man, what a night at Norwell. That was Josh Gerber firing up his Norwell Nights at the Courtyard. You can see more of that Wednesday at 6 o'clock in our Highlight Zone 2-minute drill segment. Meanwhile, the NECC didn't begin conference play per se tonight, but they did have a couple of big-time cross-conference showdowns. Garrett in the big division, Busco in the small division. It won't count in the NECC standings, but bragging rights most definitely on the line. Third quarter, and it's Gage Kelly. Kelly had 10 carries, 149 yards, and 2 TDs. He finds the end zone here, and Busco starting to take control of this football game. Later in the third go, it's Garrett with Clayton Fielden. Yeah, ball is out, but he broke the play, and that's a touchdown. Garrett hanging around, but you're going to see more from Busco, and it's going to be coming in the form of Jake Falk. He had about 550 yards in the first 2 games combined. He has 142 yards and 2 TDs tonight. That score was the icing on the cake as Busco knocks off rival Garrett 40-22.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a tough physical game. It just feels good to come in and get the job done. We're just trying to get some swagger in our new offense, just trying to keep it rolling, up-tempo and fast.
You know, anytime you play a team like Garrett, they're always coached very well. They always play fast. They always play physical. And you know, we had a few things go our way tonight, that, and had it gone their way, it would have been a different outcome. But our kids played hard.
Up in Butler, West Noble trying to start 3-0. Eastside looking to make sure that didn't happen. Kyle Mayhorter here at quarterback for West Noble, connecting with Rocky Sloan. Great catch from Sloan. It's a first down for West Noble, and then Mayhorter looking for the senior Josh Gross, one of the more talented players in the NECC. It's 6-zip West Noble. Laban Davis has had a nice start, finds Lane Burns, and Burns does the rest. It's a 7-6 Eastside lead, but guess what? Brandon Pruitt is 6'3", about 210 pounds. He's verbally committed to play D1 football at Navy. This is video proof why. 23 carries, 161 yards, couple of TDs. West Noble still rolling this season, 38-19 your final. Best 1A game in the state taking place at Minnick Field tonight. Adams Central wrapping up non-conference play against Monroe Central. Jets 3rd in 1A, Golden Bears 5th. Third quarter, 7 all Dallas Schwaller to Big Ben Voyrall. It's a 14-7 AC lead. Monroe Central's Jackson Ullum, though, finds Luke Jones. He finds the end zone. Now a 14-13 lead for AC. Fourth quarter, Schwaller. And this was the key play in the game. Nick Muenschwander making the grab with a defender in his face. He's down at the 1, and it led to this. Schwaller, the QB sneak, and Adams Central goes up 21-13. Monroe Central trying to make something happen, but it's Blake Hirely with his second pick of the game. That would seal it. Adams Central beats 5th-ranked Monroe Central in a classic 21-13.
We just came out, executed things. When offense wasn't clicking, defense got big stops, and then offense made big plays.
I think it's just not letting it get to our heads. We got to keep every game, go one game at a time, not get too far ahead of ourselves.
I'm telling you, it was just back and forth and hard, and it was tough, but our kids pulled it out. I think it gives us confidence, and you know, we know it's not the end all. We got a long season to go.
AC now 3-0. Hey, AC play kicking off this week as well. Both South Adams and Bluffton undefeated in non-conference. Starfires ranked 4th in the 1A poll, and this is partly why their defense, they can play. The Fighting Mosiers combining there for a sack, and it's 34-0 South Adams in the second. James Arnold, healthy, can sling it. It's Aiden Warner in the back of the end zone. Warner had 4 catches for $165 and 3 TDs. It's 41-0 at that point, and then Jacob Platter, maybe the hit of the night. He serves that one up on a platter. Beautiful defense. He put the hat on him as South Adams tops Bluffton on that 41-0. Moving on to Monroeville, the Patriots looking to bounce back after a pair of losses. Heritage opening conference play with Woodland. Ben Reedy, one of the top QBs in the ACAC, showing you why. Zips one to Danny Hirschberger for the touchdown, and early on it's 7-0 Woodland. You're going to see Woodland do it on offense already. They do it on defense as well. Ball going to pop out, and Woodland, the Fighting Haydocks, recover. They're in good field position. Now, keep your eyes on this throw, because throwing across your body isn't easy. Ben Reedy makes it look so. Watch him chuck it to Trevor Wallace for the touchdown. Wallace actually had 103 yards rushing in this one as well, as Woodland tops Heritage 20-6. Moving on to Carnesfield in Pinedo. Both Jay County and Southern Wells. Look at that first win of the season. Jay County doing it with the defense here, taking down the ball carrier. Good D by Tim Millspaugh's team. And then you're going to see Jay County try to move the football on the ground. Ball pops out. Craig Roush recovers for Southern Wells. 0-0 after one. Second quarter, Jay County's Bailey Cox gets the scoring started. It's a 26-yard scamper for Cox, but Southern Wells comes back to win this one 20-12 in Mike River's first victory at Southern Wells. Final stop is George Fisher Field. Warsaw's Bart Curtis named the state's Coach of the Week by the Indianapolis Colts this past Wednesday. He's got one of the best kickers in the country to help him out. That's a 35-yard field goal by Harrison Mevis to make it a 7-6 Plymouth lead in the second quarter. But, ensuing drive, it's Ivan Winkle, and Winkle is gone. The cut here at midfield, and he would find pay dirt as Plymouth knocks off Warsaw 24-19. It's going to do it for football, but we do have Ivan Gem of the Week coming up next.
I'm Randy Schiffman, original host of the Highlight Zone. Congratulations on your silver anniversary, just like what's left of my hair.
Well, would you like a $500 gift certificate from Peter Franklin Jewelers? It's kind of a dumb question. Of course you would. Each Monday at 6, go to Wayne.com, check out the contest page, then pick your favorite game for that week in the Peter Franklin Jewelers Fan Favorite Matchups Contest. By submitting your pick, you're eligible to win that $500 gift certificate at the end of the regular season. With that said, we present you with your Week 3 Gem of the Night, and we got to go back down to Monroe for it. We're talking fourth quarter action. Nick Neuenschwander, defender in the face, makes the catch down at the 1. Take another look at it. Dallas Schwaller finding Nick Neuenschwander for the big pickup, led to a short touchdown and helped Adams Central, ranked 3rd in 1A, beat visiting Monroe Central 21-13. Monroe Central ranked 5th in 1A, so a great win for AC. How about Week 4, Homestead at Bishop Dwenger? I can tell you, folks, that is our game of the week. 3-0 at 3-0. East Noble, another good one at DeKalb. Angola is at West Noble. That could decide the NECC Big School Division, and the NECC Small School Division could be decided by Eastside at Churubusco. We'll have those 4 key games and much, much more right here on the Highlight Zone for Week 4. But that is going to do it for this week's edition of the Highlight Zone. If you like football, don't forget to catch the Colts opener right here on Wayne TV this coming Sunday at 4:05. That does it. We'll see you next week.